the original junglist from 19 Wadia, yeah, sir. Can't get to call them lock up. Freedom, gangster. There is no original more original than this.
Yo, 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 welcome back. King Slayer Gaming, your boy Jon Johnson, coming at you with a special guest, bringing it at you on the joint with the channel for the very first time. Yo, not the first time me meeting my man. My man has been the one to get your boy into pro wrestling from the joint. I mean, I know it's been a minute. Yo, my man Charles Cassus, baby. Yo, it's
I even changed my name in that time.
You did, baby. Tell the folks, man, let them know, who are you, bro? What is it that you do? Let them know, just because I'm already a fan.
Yeah.
Like, you already know, just because we got a lot to talk about, first of all.
Oh, for
so
sure.
Let them know, baby. Let them know where they can first off find you and what it is that you do.
Charles Cassus. I am an Arizona-based pro wrestler, started in April 2013. And I've been doing pretty much every side of independent wrestling, from production to booking, flyers, training, assistant training, anything you can think of. I put my body and mind on the line for this thing for over a decade now. Charles, I used to go by R3. A lot of people still, the R3 chants, it's easy to chant. But now, Charles R3 Cassus.
Yo, I'm getting goosebumps. You throw me back to the R3 days, baby. I was there, baby, part of that fatality, baby. I'm telling you, but hey, so real talk, we got to get into it just from the jump. This is a gaming channel. I just want to get some of the flack out the way, you know what I'm saying? We big on video games out here.
Listen, the last game I actually was into was Halo Reach. That's how long it's been since I played video games. Like, I've done the wrestling stuff, but Halo Reach was the last one that I was dedicated to before I started wrestling. Then wrestling kind of took over, but maybe one day I'll get back into some games, some Fortnite. Is that still? I don't know. That's still. What's the game right now?
The game right now is gonna be Diablo. Everybody big.
Okay, I can get up some Diablo.
Okay. Hey, at least my man's gonna be on the sticks. I appreciate that. So speaking, just staying on the track of video games, because what got me addicted to watching, first off, y'all just destroy people week after week after week. Tag champs, you already know. But the fatality, when you scream that joint, and dudes, they gonna go. That's it. He it's a warning. He's preparing the others. It's not just something real cool that you scream. My man is warning the people. So I know we already got Mortal Kombat in there. I know that's a video game you like. Other games of the past, let me know that you mixed in your repertoire. Talk to me.
Yeah, so funny story about the fatality is the day I decided to start using the Death Valley driver, I was outside, without giving away too much, I was outside going over what was going to happen during the show, and one of the wrestlers was coming out, and I jokingly threw the scorpion gimmick and said, "Get over here." And in that conversation, we're talking about Mortal Kombat, one of the guys said, it'd be funny if when you do your new finish, if you yell fatality. And it was pretty much a joke, like a dare, and I did it. So the first time you see it, it's not as how it is now, but it never left, and that was maybe 8 or 9 years ago when that finished. And it was started off kind of as a joke, and it's just never left. And now if people scream it with me, it's just like part of the shtick. So yeah, Mortal Kombat's a big one. I mean, I grew up with like Golden Axe for Genesis, Mario, obviously, Ninja Turtles, that was a jam, Simpsons, like all those games, Double Dragon, Battletoads, bro, all those games were the shit for me. Like, I'm more of like that old school guy. I love pinball machines. Pinball machines are my jam. I still go to like the Cobra arcade bar and then level up or whatever it's called. And one goal I want to get in this place that we're at right now is a pinball machine. That's the goal.
Yo, make it happen. We got to get that manifestation going. I'm saying,
we'll do another interview and then we'll do it while we're playing pinball.
Hey, I got the invite. Y'all heard me sliding through for interview number 2. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's what it's all about, trying to spread out that love. So, hey, speaking about spreading out the love, I've been following a lot of new things you've been going on out here. Talk to me, bro. What is Wrestle Drag, bro? Talk to me, man. Fill the people in. Let them know.
Wrestle Drag. We could do a full episode on the whole history of it, but try to keep it as short as I can. So in December of 2019, I came out as bisexual, something that I thought I was going to take to the grave with me. And through a bunch of processes and therapy and a bunch of stuff, I realized that I needed to let this weight go. So I went through the process of coming out. Evan Daniels was the first one I told, through a very long text. And for some reason, like my closest circle, I would like text them and let them know, but it was always while I was at the gym. So I don't know if like lifting weights like gave me the courage, but I let them know everyone was fine. And then I'm a big like editing guy, so I made a music video and used pieces of the vlogs I used to do and kind of left text on this song because the song just hit me in like a different way. The song is Hurricane by I Prevail, and it hit me and like it resonated with me in that way. So I made a video, and then one day at the gym, I asked Evan, I was like, should I just post it and let people know? And he's like, if you want. And I posted it, didn't look at my phone, and the overwhelming response, positive response that I got from wrestlers and everything was insane. And that was like my biggest worry was the wrestling mindset. Like, what are the boys going to think when I do this? Like, what's going to happen? So much was how it was going through my mind, but the response was overwhelmingly like positive. So obviously after that, I kind of wanted to explore like the community and figure things out. And I found out a lot of good and bad, you know, the stuff we do with the community, what Pride Month's about, terminology. Obviously, as we evolve as a society, we realize certain terms and words aren't acceptable. And there's some stuff, and I'm just hearing these stories behind some of these terms, because I know the discussion is, oh, that word is just a word, or I used to say it back in the day. But then when you hear these stories of why we shouldn't say these things or why this stuff is unacceptable, like it hits hard. You know what I mean? Like I'll say it here. I mean, when I was in high school, when I was a kid, F-slurs were like a normal thing. You know what I mean? It was just like, this is just kind of what we say. I obviously, in hindsight, had internalized homophobia just from being in the closet. So it was one of those. And just when I came out, just understanding everything and then hearing the stories and hearing that we're going to get pretty sad here, folks, but hearing, but we're going to get real. You know, this is reality. This is real world. Come on, son. But like, imagine someone that's gay or bi or someone in the community getting jumped for being the way they are, for being themselves. And the last word they hear is that while they're getting beat to death. You cannot tell me that the word is just a word when that is a scenario that so many people go through. Just for being you, I have Chucks that have a rainbow on the side. Imagine walking down the street and someone sees that and just calling you that just because of the shoes you wear. Like stuff like that is like the meaning, you know what I mean? And with Pride Month, same thing. It's just like, it's not like us to show off or for people to rub stuff in people's faces. It's literally, if I would gladly give up Pride Month if we could be treated as equals. If the world could be treated equally and two women, two men can hold hands in public and not be stared at and discussed, take the month. The month isn't for us to like, you know, fucking do whatever we do or do all this. It's a celebration that we can be ourselves. The first Pride Festival I went to, just seeing a sea of people that I can relate to, seeing it visually was such like mind-blowing. I was like, wow, these are my people. In wrestling terms, take it like you go to an indie show and you see 50 people. And then you go to SmackDown and you see 10,000 people. You're like, holy shit, we do have wrestling fans here. So it's the same thing. You can tell me it's like, oh yeah, gays exist and lesbians do all this and that. But seeing it, walking into the park and then seeing all these people that I'm like, I can be me in this space right here. And that Wrestle Drag is I wanted to, me and AB, co-promoter, wanted to create a space where people can come, enjoy wrestling, enjoy drag, because whether you want to admit it or not, drag and wrestling is pretty fucking similar. We dress up.
Break it down. We
are changing to our persona, a character, and we perform for fans for money. That's literally what it is. You know what I mean? Like, if we came out and lip synced our entrance theme songs, we'd be fucking drag queens. Like, it's what it is. And it's phenomenal and it's great. And why people hate on it is weird, because you do karaoke, right? If you do karaoke, you're almost there, you know, like, but it's a performance aspect, and it's practicing and training and getting bookings at places. Like, it's literally hand in hand. And what we wanted to do is have a space, just combine that, because it's the first time I went to a drag show was one of my students, Bryce Saturn. His sibling is a drag queen. So it was such a cool experience that they were both able to be on the same show. And I remember their mom coming up to me and was like, I never thought both my kids would be on the same show. So to me, that was like extraordinary. And just the conversations I have with fans and the fans coming up, and it's something as small as saying, I felt comfortable wearing this item of clothing to the show because I know it's going to be accepted. Or I came only to this one because I knew I wasn't going to have comments thrown at me from random fucking assholes. So it's like, I want that space where people can be themselves, wrestlers and fans and staff and everybody. And that was the big thing. And I mean, I love both communities, you know, it's just, and drag is cool. Like when I went to my first drag show, like why haven't I not been here before? Like, it's just amazing. We all sing. You sing in the car, you sing in the shower. You know, it's fun. Like, who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to dress up fucking cool and perform for people and then get money thrown at you for lip sync? Like, come on, it's great. And the way they do it, it is a talent. Because if you pay attention, like, it's like all in the lips. Like, it's phenomenal. I fucking love it. I love wrestling, obviously. So to be able to bring this attraction, like, I'm not trying to compete. We're not a competitive wrestling promotion to, like, we're going to beat. I don't care. I want everybody to succeed. But my focus, I'm staying in my lane. This is my lane. I want to create something special. The last show we had in June at the Nile Theater, almost 400 people, like 350, 400. It was fucking incredible. And we raised $2,500 for the Trevor Project and another $400 for an LGBTQ scholarship program. I mean, like, that is $3,000 for our community. Plus, we had all those people, like, all the talent in the back got to wrestle in front of that crowd. They were having a fucking good time. It was, can we cut here? I already have. I think.
That's it.
So it's like, it was fucking incredible. And it was such a special, I couldn't help but to get emotional just looking at the sea of people. And then afterwards, having those people say, thank you for creating a space where I'm comfortable coming to watch wrestling, or bringing drag to this, like, visual, or that I can come here and feel safe, that no one's going to say shit to me, or that I can wear fucking whatever I want to wear. Like, come on, like, why people are, like, timid of wearing certain clothes because of what society is. Like, are you fucking, like, I'm glad that we can provide that, but holy shit, like, are you serious? We have to worry about what we're gonna wear because someone's gonna say something fucking stupid, or God forbid, fucking get physical. Like, so it's a message. It's a message for that. I'm not trying to shove nothing down anybody's throats. I'm not forcing anybody. It's just something for the people that don't have anything in these spaces to come and enjoy. That's it. And it's fantastic. And it was only supposed to be one show, and we're heading into our 5th one now. So. And the next one that we have is at one of the biggest gay bars in Phoenix, which is Charlie's. So, like, now we're expanding to the communities, and then we're coming back to the Nile in December. I'm stoked, man. I'm stoked with what we can do, and being a part of it backstage, being able to give opportunities to talent. Like, I'm so in love with all that stuff.
Oh, man, I love it, bro. You was tugging at the heart a few times. I'm just saying, bro, I was like, damn, maybe I need to, get part of this. See what's going down out here, you know what I'm saying? First of all, your boy's finna be at the next Wrestle Drag show, so if I'm gonna see you out there, you know what I'm saying, be out there. And then I also want to just get into it a little bit, because you mentioned just a little bit of the people that helped you on the way, you know what I'm saying? You got Evan Daniels, right? You mentioned him a couple times, right? Who is he to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I know who the man is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mess with, you know what I'm saying? I'm underground out here, you know what I'm saying? I go to the shows. Y'all need to be out here with your boy. But what I want to get into it is, man, because I want to shine a light on all professional wrestlers just as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Because there are certain wrestlers that I feel just deserve so much more. They really, really do. Evan's one of them. A couple of different people that really, really come to mind for me. Brian Thorne, dude, she's been putting in work, dog. Like, just the turnover. Like, I met him when she was just getting in there, you know what I'm saying? And she just went on a whole nother level, bro. Like, oh my God. So there are just certain people that I'm just like, bro, I see them as part of that circle that you have, you know what I'm saying? So who are these people to you? And do you attribute that to just those people that are making you brave enough to, go on and do enough, to be able to come out and do your thing and go forward with Wrestle Drag? Or is this a full community front? Let me know.
So, I mean, I'm glad I get to put so many other people over. I'm at a point in my career, if you want to call it that, and life, where I get more joy. I mean, I love validation. Say nice things to me, please. It's totally okay. But I get so much joy out of seeing success from people I've had anything to do with. So, like, I mentioned Bryce Saturn, who was I've helped train a lot of people, but Bryce was like my first student. When I was actually head trainer at one of the schools, I had 2 days that I ran a week, and he was the first one that was officially like, I'm head trainer, you're mine. Damien Desire is another one, and Chuy Gonzalez. He's just starting up. He's in his first couple of matches. Brandon, who promotes Party Hard, used to promote Party Hard, got him prepped for his match. No. So like he came into training and busted his ass and was dedicated and got him ready to fucking wrestle for his Party Hard show. So it's in that sense, when we go to shows, when we travel together, having a promoter, one of the wrestlers, like one of the veterans, real veterans, come up to me and praise them means so much more to me than someone telling me that my match was good or that I did a good job at this point. And they make me better as far as that goes. Like being the head trainer and teaching them everything I've learned from everybody who was, who taught me was just made me better because I was in there with them. And as I was teaching them and showing them stuff, they're still human beings. They have an opinion whether they're brand new to wrestling or not. They have an opinion on wrestling because they love wrestling. So we kind of mix thoughts and just rearrange them. And it made me better because seeing them progress and fucking kill it and be dedicated made me want to like push myself even more. So it's like I'm so thankful for that core group that I had. And I mean, back to like when I started training, Evan Daniels and I started training, I think we're like a week or two apart. And the first day we met, the first day we were at the same class, we stayed in the parking lot and talked, I think, for like 2 or 3 hours. So like instant, like click. And then we would go to Denny's. Denny's was a spot after training. And we got close because we would invite people, but it always ended up being kind of like us two. So we would just go and hang out. We got close. And our careers kind of just went the same way. We teamed up a little bit, had a big feud, and kind of just did our own thing for a while. But like as far as real life goes, like we live together right now, so like we're roommates. So we've always been like best friends. Like so, like when I say like we're brothers of wrestling or that he's my brother, he's pretty much as that. Like to everybody in real life, I introduce him as my brother. So it's just one of those things to where to me, he's my brother. He always will be. He's had my back. This friendship's been going on for over a decade. Like I'm his son's godfather. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I've seen that kid's gonna be 5 in January, and I've seen him grow from a little tiny baby. So it's just like we've been there for each other for highs and lows and everything. Like the true cliche of he's been there through everything kind of thing. We've been there for each other. So he's like my guy. He's my Uso. My day one. But I mean, like I met a lot of people in training, and wrestling is interesting because I feel like sometimes you create bonds and get close quick because you're beating the shit out of each other. You're giving each other like random trust. Like if you go to a locker room and you meet me that you've never seen before and we're wrestling, that's automatic trust of my body to yours and your body to mine to like not kill you or injure you. So there is a quick bond. So I know there's a joke about brother and people throw I love yous like it doesn't matter, but like in a sense it is a brotherhood, sisterhood, everything, because you're putting that trust in someone. So it's like, how can you not, especially when you're training with people, how can you not get close when 2, 3, 4 days a week you're going just to fuck each other up? And when you're training, you're actually doing it because you're learning. So you're getting fucking punched left and right, you're getting concussed. Like some of the worst injuries I had were at training because we were learning how to do shit. So it's just, but it was a blast, and you got close to these people. And even once you get your careers going, if you like go on separate paths, when you end up in the same locker room, it's the same. You have that same vibe. It's like you're reminiscent in a sense of like the early days. So that's why people get close, and that's why the brother, in my opinion, the brother thing happens because we are. I mean, when you beat the crap out of someone, you trust someone. If I trust you to pick me up and hopefully not drop me on my neck, and I'm a big boy, if I fall on my neck, something bad's gonna happen. So if I trust you to do that, that means there's some trust in when you realize that you were taken care of and they had a good match. Like it's there. So like I have the pleasure of being around, having something to do with almost everybody. And I when I come out, I yell, "Who's the man?" And it kind of became, again, it was kind of a joke. The first match I had with Evan when I turned on him years ago, I came out and I got on the apron, and there was that split second where I was like, I don't know what the fuck to say. So I had to say something. And then someone was like booing me. And I was like, I don't know what to say. So I pointed at them. I was like, who's the man? And it stuck. And that's how Who's the Man became a thing. And then it just evolved into how I did it theatrically when I came in the ring. But it was always that. And it just, but I think as I went on with my wrestling journey, I realized I believed it more. I got more confident in myself. I did work out of the ring, like mentally, emotionally on myself. And I truly believe that I am the man, but it's like not just the wrestling part. I've seen practically every Arizona-based wrestler grow. Right. We talked about Bryn. When she started training, she was 14. She's 22 now. She started training when she was 14. And at the time, I was assisting the head coach. So I was around seeing her, Watson, Classic, Class, fucking, I don't know, I'm forgetting. People that aren't wrestling anymore. You know what I mean? Like a Spray Boy Roy. Like
I was there. I'm not wrestling no more. I'm one of those people he's talking about, but I was in the back.
Parada, Bryn, like so many people that I've seen like grow and develop. I probably forgot someone. They're gonna fucking shit on me, but it's a lot of people. You know what I mean? So it's like not only my class, which was like Evan, Hammerstone, Graves, fucking Pete the Heat, me, Jay Garland, Salyers. You know what I mean? Like Navajo Warrior and Hawaiian Lion would come help train. Like that was like our group, and I personally believe that was one of the best classes that we had during that time with that trainer. Like that group. I mean, look where everybody's at now. You know what I mean? Hammerstone's a fucking goddamn superstar, rightfully so. You know, so it's just one of those things where that, and then getting advice and like meeting people in locker rooms. Like I had the pleasure of talking to like Symbodies when he's booked on shows, Dom, Gallo, like, and all these people, like no matter where we see eye to eye, because people grow and you have your perception of what wrestling is and what the training is and where you think the state of wrestling is now, because that's a big debate. Right? Should wrestling be what it was 30 years ago? So like, and I don't want to get into that, whatever, but I won't, there's a lot of people that help me figure out where I stand with this stuff, whether we see eye to eye now or not, but I can't say that they didn't help me, because they did. At one point, they're like, pulled me aside, and either yelled at me or talked to me nicely or whichever one it was, but it stuck in my fucking head, and it helped me progress, and it helped me teach my kids the best I know for them to take the next step. And I told them, I'm just a stepping stone. I'm not the end all be all. I don't fucking know everything. Like Bryce just moved to North Carolina, right? So go find people that know what the fuck they're doing and take the next step, right? That's why there's a running joke that we I used to call our class Cassus Community College. So I was like, because when you step up and you go, hopefully get a contract and you go to Florida, that's your university. I'm just a community college, baby. You know what I mean? Like, I will teach you whatever I know, but I'm not the one. You know, like you're gonna learn from different people. I always consider myself like a wall built from bricks of different people. So it's a Navajo Warrior brick, my head trainer, you know, brick, Gallo brick, Dom brick. Everybody who's taking the time to give me advice is a brick on my wall. And I'm the foundation, because I still have my idea of what wrestling is, what I want my character to be, how I want to represent pro wrestling. But these human beings all help me build this like house on top of the foundation. So it's just like seeing everybody flourish is great. No matter what it's promotion, whatever. No matter where they are, as long as they're succeeding, it's fantastic. Look at Watson. Watson is a part of one of the best factions, bro. And fuck the Southwest, one of the best factions, period, bro. Like, just seeing these people flourish and do their thing is amazing. I mean, Class is a heavyweight champion right now, you know, and he's super dedicated. Like, it's really cool to see. And I'm glad I'm in a position to where I have seen like everybody kind of grow in that sense. You know what I mean? From like staying up till 3 a.m. making fucking t-shirts to sell to the shit they're doing now, where they're getting booked. Like it's fantastic to see. So I'm just glad I'm still here to be able to like be a part of it in that sense and just kind of see all these wrestling babies grow, you know what I mean? So I'm like a wrestling grandpa at this point.
I love it. Hey, my man. Hey, but real talk, I want to stay on that topic. You know what I'm saying? Because I know we don't have a lot of time. Because my man, he's busy. My man is busy. My man is traveling the world, conquering promotion after promotion. You know what I'm saying? Spreading the word. You know what I mean? But I want to ask, while we stay on the topic of teaching, because my man, Granddaddy Wrestling out here, Granddaddy Phoenix Wrestling. That's what he is right here. So for younger wrestlers that are just starting out, that are very, like, maybe they've even had a couple of matches, things like that, and they're thinking about getting into professional wrestling, give me a little bit of words of wisdom that you've been able to collect over the years. You know, I mean, obviously, if you want to know the real joint, you got to pay my man. Like, that's real knowledge. You know what I'm saying? My man is monetizing. Come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay for tuition out here. But I just wanted to ask, you know, for a little bit of tidbit of free information for the folks out there, what's some little advice you can give to the folks?
The best thing I can say, and this is from what I was told and from what I learned, is the biggest thing, and I know people are going to repeat this and say this, is be in some kind of shape. It is brutal, guys. And for me, this is an excuse, and I don't want a pity party because I've accepted it and I fixed it, right? But like the first couple of years of so when I started wrestling, I used to be almost 500 pounds. Let's throw that out there first. And at one point I realized that can't happen. And I lost a lot of fucking weight before I went to training, but it was all just like cardio weight. It wasn't muscle building or anything. So I was, I think like 290 by the time I started training, but it was just like, there, you know what I mean? So the strength wasn't there in a sense. And I made excuses for a few years. Like, oh, I'm just a big guy and I'm safe enough and no one's gotten hurt and I can do this. And I have the fucking sweater to come out with, just whatever. And I made an excuse. The Cameron offered to help train me. Evan at the time helped me, offered to help train me. And I just didn't take it. And it's weird because it was like I was shy and embarrassed. Like, I don't want to go to the gym and not lift what people think I should lift. But in that embarrassment, I never went anyway. So I never fixed the fucking problem. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, eventually I went. And like, I started training with Evan and I've been like on this thing and now I love it. If I'm bored, I go to it. If I don't go, I feel like shit. Like, I enjoy going. So thanks to wrestling, this is something I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And now that's the thing I pass on to a lot of the guys. So like when there's new guys who are wrestling, I pull all the bigger guys aside and I was like, are you training? Because if you're going to come out and say you're this monster, this behemoth or whatever, and you can't lift a fucking 180 pound person, we have a problem. If you can't keep your cardio up, we have a problem. Because people are trusting people with that size to throw them around. And most people want to have that perception, right? But you have to be real. Yeah, you have to be honest with yourself. And that's one of the things I learned is like this whole like looking in the mirror thing. You have to be honest where you are, who you are, and then work on whatever you think needs to be worked on for your goals, right? If your goal is a contract, look at the people who have contracts and be that, or try your best to be that. I don't plant goals on people. Like whatever your goals are, or if you want to train to just wrestle your local promotion once a month, that's none of my business, right? If I see like super uber potential, maybe I'll be like, you should try. But if all you want to do is that and that's your happiness, it's fine. But you will train just as hard as a person who wants a contract. If you're in my class, when you were in my class, you will, I don't care what your goals are, but when you're here, if you're here and accepting to train, you will train like everybody else. No skipping out because you're not wanting to do whatever. So gym, go to the gym, be in some kind of shape. I'm not Hammerstone, right? But be in some kind of shape. I guarantee I can go 30 fucking minutes and no one's gonna get hurt. And I will fucking breathe hard after the match.
There you go.
So it's just like, so that's the biggest thing. And one thing is because I've seen it, if you're coming into training, know that you're coming in to learn. So I've seen guys and girls come in and they won't shut up. They start talking like they know stuff, or because they saw something on TV. It's like, well, I saw it this way, or this is what I want to do, or like, no, be quiet. Shut up. You're there to learn. If you knew everything, then why are you at training school? So like, you can have an opinion if someone says, hey, what'd you think of this wrestling show you saw? You have an opinion, but if you're there paying for, they have a teacher that they trust, so shut up and learn. There's so many times, whenever my trainer would speak, I would shut my fucking mouth. Like, okay, unless they ask something or if like any questions, then at that point you can ask what you need to ask. But I don't know how many times I've come in and whether it was like my old trainer, I don't want to like pat myself on the back, but when I took over training, people kind of knew to shut the fuck up. So that's one of the first things I did. Because there was this one thing behind the scenes. There was this one drill where pretty much everybody gets on the apron and then we do a drill in the ring. Yep. And when I was going to this person's class, like as an assistant type, everybody outside was yelling things. Do it this way, this is wrong. And it was so, like, to me, my anxiety would ride up being in there trying to learn and just having all these voices that are contradicting themselves. Do it this way, no, this way. And none of them were the trainer. And nothing against the trainer, but I'm saying, like, that trainer is the only person that should be allowed to say anything. So if the trainer isn't saying anything, until the trainer is ready to speak or stop it or whatever. So the first time I did that drill, I set everybody up, and the first thing I said is, everybody shut the fuck up, because I think I had someone helping me. I'm like, unless you're this person or me, you do not speak, because it's like, it's bad. Like, you pay attention to your peers. So it's like, go in and learn. You can be curious, ask questions, it's fine, but know that you're there to learn. So shut up, take the notes, soak it all in, and just do your best. Do your best to apply it. Don't compare yourself to people. Comparison is a thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to anybody. If someone gets a booking before you or gets to travel before you, don't. If it bothers you that much, work harder.
Can you repeat that again, that quote? What's going on?
If someone in your eyes is doing better than you and it bothers you that much, then work harder. Do not compare yourself to other people. Your journey is your journey. Some people just naturally learn more or are gifted athletes, and you might get it, you might not. It's just being honest. That's the biggest thing. Be honest with yourself, with what you're doing. And sometimes, listen, this is a lot of people's dreams. And I hate telling people that this is probably not for them, because I was meant to not do this. When I first started training, growing up as a kid, this wasn't my thing. Like, I was always told, you're not going to be anything. So I was meant to not do any of this shit. And I'm fucking good at it, bro. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to even confidently say I'm good at it, and I am. So I hate telling people not to, but at some point, for some people, you have to realize maybe this isn't it. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong if you try something and it's just not your shit, whether you decided it's not for you on your own, or you just physically can, or it's just mentally you're not able to. It's okay to just be like, this isn't for me, and that's it. And you move on. But don't fucking risk yourself or other people. I had one guy at training came in. We started off with like cardio exercises, and after the squats, dude was dead. I could not walk. I mean, like, I did 3 hours of leg day. I couldn't walk, and I told him, like, I can't let you continue. You can't even hold yourself up. And we had a conversation, and this person realized that this wasn't for them. And I was like, work on your core strength. You don't have to be a bodybuilder, but come back. And this was 15 minutes into training. We hadn't even started training. This was just like the cardio part. So I'm like, that's what I mean when you're being in some kind of shape. You know, you have to. I'm sorry, but you have to. It doesn't matter who says it. I know some people that come across meaner say it, and so people take offense to it, but it's true. Be in some kind of shape, because you can get fucking hurt. I've seen people separate their shoulders getting out of a ring. Like, bro, like, and there's nothing, you know what I mean? Nothing against the person, but it's one of those, like, that's why you don't know. A lot of these injuries are the simplest things. If you watch WWE, Triple H tore his quad breaking up a fucking submission. You know what I mean? Like, people, like, it's just one freak accident. I'm sure it was built up from years and years of you know, putting his body on the line. But, like, you just don't know when something is going to happen, right? To be more local and more recent, Wolfgang, you know, like, fucked up his bicep from, like, a clothesline. Like, you would think, like, you see all these super high moves, you think from then it's just something just happens once in a while. And by the way, speedy recovery to Wolfgang, shout out. Woo-woo! But you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. So you have to be prepared. You have to have your body prepared. And Wolfgang works out like a fucking beast. So it's like, you have to be in that position. That's what I told, you know, my kids. I'm like, work out. Bryce Saturn, he was like working out at home when he first started training. I told him, gave him a tip. I'm like, you should probably join the gym or do that offer. I'm like, you can work out with me and Evan. Not even a week. Had a subscription, fucking went to the gym, was driving 40 minutes to come to the gym with me. Like, that is dedication. And if you've seen his post, you see the difference. He recently posted like a transformation picture. Because you if you want it, so you work hard, you put in the work to do that. This kid, behind the scenes, was working, school, and then plus the homework, plus wrestling training, plus doing shows. No excuses. Like you just homework on the road. We'll literally bring his laptop and I would give him my hotspot on my phone when we have connection, and we'd do homework while we're on the road. One time he did a test in the locker room before the show and use their computer. Like you have to do shit like that too if you want your dreams to come true in a sense. So it's like I'm so proud of Bryce, but it's and all my kids. But like Bryce is like my first baby, right? You know, yeah, you got to do that. You know, Damien Desire was going to Pride Style on Saturday and then staying overnight to do help at FSW the next day. But that's how you get those opportunities. You know what I mean? Just travel. He traveled to FSW for a week to train with them. Okay. So it's like, because again, I'm not going to be like, you're mine. Like, go train with everybody. Learn. So go to the gym, shut the fuck up.
Hey, I love it. My man is real out here, bro. And making sure that y'all take notes out here, bro. Make sure y'all get it down. Speaking of taking notes, baby, where can we find you? And as well as not only where can we find you, when's your next show, baby? Let them know when we can find you and where we're at, dog. Let me know.
So next show for me is August 26th. It's in Tempe. It's for IZW Heavyweight Champion. I will be defending against Project Wes. He's a beast. He's the homie. He's from Vegas, so that's gonna be fun. First time ever one-on-one, and we're crowning a King of Arizona. So go to IZW, and we haven't had a show since April. So go to IZW August 26th in Tempe, and then for Wrestle Drag October 22nd at Charlie's, and for the Nile show it'll be December 16th. So, and I'll blast all those out. Social medias are the number 3 Cassus, CASSUS, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Threads, just all the motherfucking things.
It's all below us, baby. It's all down there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm very active on Instagram. It's probably my most active because I'm big on like pictures and Instagram stories and shit like that. So that's where you can find me. All the stuff. I can't wait to see everybody there. IZW is the next big one. So like go to IZW. It's going to be a fucking blast. Those shows are fantastic. And it has a lot of history. And you get to see the champ.
Come on, baby. That's all you need to know. My man, Charles Cassus out here. IZW Heavyweight Champion of the World is out. Ooh.
And Wrestle Drag Heavyweight Champ.
Ooh, double champ out here. My man is putting it down, son. Connor ain't even got that kind of heavy metal out here, son. That's what I'm talking about. But hey, I know you enjoyed the joint. This has been your boy, Jon Johnson. We coming straight out of Kingslayer Gaming. Until next time, make sure you hit up Wrestle Drag. Make sure you go to IZW. Check out the champ. Until next time, boy, you know what it is.